Amazing. Welcome back to Rudge, aka the Doctor. If you've just joined us, hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe, sit back and enjoy the ride. If you hit the Coffee and PayPal page this week, thank you ever so much for that. Massive help. You keep these videos coming. Right, where are we today? Well, as you can see, we're on my favourite bit of road with Nikki. They've re-tarmacked this recently. It's the road that goes from Vlahata up and across the mountain and down towards the monastery of Erasmus. We're taking Robert and the Scotch Egg and Sugar Ray to the beach where Pelagia famously got thrown in at the opening scenes of Captain Corelli's Mandolin. So we'll see if we manage to get there. It's only an hour's drive and I'm going the long way around just to give Robert a different perspective of the island and some of its roads. So, without further ado, let's crack on. It's Robert the weatherman and the Scotch Egg. And just two cars now. Because some people went home, didn't they, Craig? Yeah, he's going boo as he's watching this. I don't want to go home. You can see my house from here. Right, let's go and see what the Hobbit's doing.
I've got a good picture of the church with the zoom in 200 megapixels.
Yeah, because somebody likes an Apple phone, don't they, Robert?
Yeah, somebody's very silly.
Yes. So, yeah. However, on this occasion, there is some sort of competition going on with pixels, apparently. And Robert's going to give me a new phone with megapixels, and the Hobbit's not happy about that because it's better than Apple. Look out.
It's taken a really nice photo.
Has it?
Yeah.
Really nice photo of probably a cliff or a tree.
A leaf?
Leaf?
I collected some leaves for you the other day.
Yeah. You see, the thing is, viewers, when you come out on holiday, as you know, you take lots and many pictures, which we never used to do, and they get lost in the ether, go on Facebook, or maybe some people print them off. But when you live here, what are you going to do with all these pictures, Sausage?
I'm going to put them into a book.
Yeah, look out for that. A Hobbit's going to be writing a book. Hobbity Skip, I think it's going to be called, or something like that.
It's not going to be called Hobbity Skip.
What's it going to be called, Sausage?
I don't know. I haven't thought of an appropriate title.
An appropriate title.
Yeah. Living with a Lunatic.
That'd be about right, yeah. So, on the way to this mystery beach, is this view. So we've just come from Sammy, which is over there, all the way around one of my favourite roads, as I've said before. That's Earthamere down there, and then we've cut through there, come up through the mountain road to this viewing point here, where you can sit and enjoy a sandwich and a nice bottle of water, which I've done on one or two occasions. Yachts in the distance there. Robert's probably picking those up with his pixel camera. And a ferry leaving the port. So, we're going to jump back in the car, head off. This is the road that goes to Foscado. I can't remember the name of the village where it comes out, but if you turn right you end up in Foscado, and left you go back to Augustin. Anyway, those of you who know the island will know where I am.
No, not that way.
Do you know how a camera works?
I don't want the wire in it.
There's a wire.
Right, so here we are on the way down to this beach. There's a lot of you out there going, I know where he's going. Some stunning views from the car. So normally I'm on the bike, so you have to concentrate just that little bit more on a bike, whereas when you're driving a car you have to slow up the bike. I get to a little peak, just like everybody else. So if you do come down here, it's all right for a hire car. It's a nice road. Take your time. Save those cracks.
Say cheese.
Cheese. Better. The Hobbit particularly likes these views on this bit of road. I can't think of anything better to do really on a Thursday afternoon, can you?
One or two things.
Oh yes, because you're not sick anymore,
I don't know about better, maybe equal.
Some people, but Redmond's laughing at that one.
Look at the drop down there.
Yeah, it shows how high up we've climbed on the mountain road by how far down there. We're going to have to drop tickets to see it. those of you who are worried about mountain roads, this may not be the best place to come because there are no crash barriers. It's proper old school Kefalonia, except for the fact they have tarmac the road. So the road's very good, but there are no crash barriers. So be warned, if you don't like this sort of thing, this isn't for you, because there's miles of it. I absolutely love it. I'm not quite sure why. I think it's probably because the road spoils the mountainside enough. So if you put crash barriers on, then that's too much, really. I understand that it's fairly dangerous. I mean, look at that. Right, so here we are at our first stop. There, that's where we're going. Yeah.
We're not going down there, are we?
Yeah.
No, Reggie. Seriously?
Yeah. That's the beach, you silly sausage. Well, the Scotch egg doesn't look that bothered. She sat there going, well, where's he going? He's going down there, eh? I know. Turn around, maybe cussing.
Yeah, well, she won't be so happy now. Now the front wheel's hanging over the edge of the cliff.
Ah, it's not that bad. Yeah, if you're going to come down to this beach, where Pelagia famously gets thrown in the sea in the opening scenes, you might want to go to St Sofia first, which is further down. A lovely beach, it's got a taverna down there. I'm not quite sure what they serve in the taverna because I've only ever been out of season, but there is a taverna there. Yeah, you might want to go there first because it makes it easier to drive into this road. And I would suggest you don't go all the way down the beach. Maybe pull up at the last switchback, because turning's at a premium. I'll show you in a minute when we get there.
Poor Kylie.
If I remember myself, of course.
Looks like there's some really good snorkelling down there.
Yeah, I bet it's a nice beach to spend the
Look at
afternoon
that,
on.
look
I've
at
never
that
done
water.
that. Should we risk it?
I don't know.
I could reverse back up.
Oh no, I'm walking. Look at that water. Nicer than the last time we came there.
And yeah, predictably, if you drive all the way down, it's going to be tricky turning round, but I'll show you that in a minute. We'll just pull up here and let Robert pull up behind us.
Is this the end of the road?
Yeah. Yeah, so as you can see, I'll give you some perspective by filming Robert's car. It's quite lumpy bumpy, so you have that area there to turn in, which is what I did last time I was here. But don't get your hire car stuck down there because it's quite a drop. Anyway, This, Robert, is the beach where the opening scenes of Captain Corelli's Mandolin were filmed.
Sure was, Earl.
What do you think of the views?
Very nice. I like the views. Alison didn't like the drops.
Yeah, as I was saying on the way down here, if you don't like mountain roads, this isn't for you because there's no crash bars.
Sure ain't.
Armco, we used to call them back in the day when I was racing. Anyway, the Hobbit's doing an impression of Pelagia, so I'm going to throw her in the sea, fully clothed.
Hardly. Oh, I wish.
Let's go and have a look.
You need a hand down here.
You do.
Yes. I've only got flip-flops on.
Well, you should have come more appropriately dressed, sausage. Yeah, if you come in here and you bring in a packed lunch, it is a stony, pebbly beach, no sand, but it is pretty stunningly beautiful. I have filmed this before, several times. And there's your signage. The jetty would have been about there. If I can, I'll try and find a photograph of that. But yeah, it was the opening scenes to the film. Very peaceful there, no taverna, no music. Plenty of room to sit there with a picnic. And plenty of room to go and explore around the rocks as well. It's like somebody's had a little fire. Now there's a good point. From May, all outdoor fires are banned. You have to have a proper enclosed barbecue. So bear that in mind. And you might want to look up if you've got a camper van. Greece changed the law in January. It's illegal to park a camper van up now unless it's on a proper site. Now, I read in one of the Greek papers that 2 Greek guys were arrested and fined for parking in a municipality car park. I didn't pronounce that right. Municipality car park. So yeah, as far as the law's concerned, you're supposed to drive from one point to a campsite and not stop. Seems a bit harsh. I think there's a lobby to try and fight it, but it's gone through. So just be careful of that. You wouldn't be able to come down here like that's what they've tried to stop. People coming and parking up here overnight because that ruins it for everybody. And that's what's happened. Greece is very good at that. They go, right, you've done that too often. We're stopping the whole thing. So yeah, although you'd probably get away with that, that's not something I'd advise. So finger salad or something. Here comes Robert the weatherman to check it all out.
Cool, huh?
Cool, eh?
I'm going to send Nick Cage a video message. So, where am I?
Yeah, there you go. Kefalonia, the island that keeps giving. If you're new to my channel, get your tickets for next season or for later on in the season. And this is like the sort of thing I get to do every day now I'm retired. How lucky am I? Mind you, if you've watched me for a long time, you know it hasn't been easy getting there. But that's another story. Oh, hobbits photographing rocks.
Swim out and get that bit of rubbish.
It'll come in if it turns forward.
Well, you've hardly got anything on, so you could. Right, so we're going to now head off to the next beach further down the road and show you what that's like. Regulars to the channel will have seen all this before, but it's always nice to do it again, isn't it? We were just saying we're going to have to bring Chopper Craig and Auntie Kath down here. Right, what we're going to do now, as I pointed out to you earlier, is turn the cars around. As you can see, quite a ridge there, don't want to get dropped in there. Somebody's put some rocks there, so that's a bit helpful. Now last year, when I came, I turned round on this bit here, but of course Kylie's a little bit longer, so we're going to have to figure this out. Me and Robert are going to probably go down here.
Just gone to there and just like that.
Yeah.
And then go forward and back that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Now.
Go on, go on. Ella, 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 Ella. Okay. Using my Greek there.
How's it looking?
Yeah, keep going. You've got miles yet. Go on, bit more, you got about a foot. That'll do you. And there you go, Robert's out. Now it's my turn with Kylie.
Saw that coming.
Yeah, go on.
Well, that's not where he did it, is it? He did it. Oh, yes, he did. Poor Kylie. He's just showing off.
And that's how we do that. Isn't it, sausage?
Yes, it was a bit much. You made that look easy, actually.
Now, I've got to overtake Robert now because he doesn't know where he's going. But that's okay. And off to the next beach. Right, so here we go. St Sofia, I think it's called. Yeah, Sofia. There's a yacht out there. Under sail, doing about 4 or 5 knots. Nice. Upright. 45 degrees. always get a bit excited, which I don't get very often with my mental health, but when I get to here and I see the abandoned buildings, I get a little bit excited. I don't know why. Look, cows.
Oh yeah, you don't see many of them here.
They just recently refurbed all this.
Look. Look. They're tiny.
Hey up,
Hey up, Robert. How they doing?
don't step in Osmuck.
Right, so let's have a little wander around here, see what you think of this, viewers. Now, there is a taverna here. Unfortunately, today it's closed. I've only known it be open once. I had a beer there on a really hot afternoon. But I always seem to come here out of season. So I can't tell you what it's like, because they're never doing very much, if anything at all, when I usually arrive. They've just recently, in the last year or two, rebuilt it. The road collapsed. So I think you'll find it in one of my other videos. You can, by walking through the gardens of those properties there, get to that beach there. I don't think I'm going to bother doing that today. I've done it in the past. But what a beautiful place. If you don't like hustle and bustle, these two beaches are the place to come. And then they get very busy. The Hobbit was just asking me. You do get people down there, but obviously, but a lot of people don't like the mountain road down there, so it doesn't tend to get that busy. What do you reckon, Robert?
Lovely, yeah, very nice. Worth a visit, both beaches.
Yeah, there you go. Robert the weatherman approves. Broke his contract again. He spoke on the video. It's all right for him. He's got makeup and camera crews and vans following him. Pay me enough for this. Anyway, let's have a little toddle along. As you can see, there's one or two little houses. I think the holiday lets up there, and I'm pretty certain those are holiday lets. What a place to live, though. Miles from anywhere, that's the only problem. I like it here in the summer because you, like I say, you can watch in the evening. You can watch the yachts come in and they anchor up along there. I would imagine it's fairly shallow here, because I have only ever seen them anchor there. I haven't got a chart for this area, so I can't tell you. Maybe somebody who's sailed here can leave in the comments something about that. But it is a fantastic place. Like I keep saying, Kefalonia, the island that just keeps giving. And I'm lucky enough now, and I know I am, to be able to live here. And it's cost me at times, emotionally and financially, but it was all worth it. And of course now I feel sorry for anybody who hasn't made the move, because it's now incredibly difficult to do. And I keep getting asked about that. Me and the Hobbit are going to do a video about her journey, and she's fairly well up now on the laws and stuff, having done it. So we'll be putting a little bit on the site about that for you guys that want to move here. There is always the FIP visa, it's worth looking into, financially independent person. There's still the digital nomad visa. They all need renewing regularly. That's one of the problems with all that. But I'm afraid unless you were here before Brexit, you're not going to get the rights that I've got. So I'm very lucky. But the Hobbit loves it because she can take her photographs to her heart's content. So there you go. 2 lovely beaches.
Yeah, me too.
I know you're going to, but leave in the comments what you thought of this video as far as the beaches are concerned. I'm not sure. I've got my favourites, but I think this one's probably up there with them. I said in an earlier video, didn't I? I've probably got 5 that are my. I don't do the top 10. I don't think that the others are all right, but I've got a top 5. These 2 are probably in there. I'd like to see what you think. Leave in the comments. Alright, sausage. Oh, she's very happy, look.
I'd like to stay here.
Quite hungry, but she's quite happy. Hobbits get hungry. The problem is, I didn't ask when I got the Hobbit how often you have to feed it. That's a bit of a problem, really. So, you know, maybe I need to find that out. Bedding's a problem as well. They take up a lot of bedding and quilts, things like that. Bit like a windmill.
And the vet, don't forget the vet.
Oh yeah, and you have to take them to the vets regularly. Yeah. Right. Right, let's go get something to eat. I think Robert just said that. And don't worry about them. I've been here when the guy comes down in his pickup truck and feeds them. Ready then?
I'm going to come back and you know,
Right, let's go and get the troops fed. Probably here from here we'll end up, I think. Seen some posts on Facebook about what's the weather going to be like? I'm coming out in June. What's the weather like then? Well, there's only Robert can predict that. He's the weatherman. But I can tell you that usually in May we have the odd shower. We had one last night. Last year was unusual in the fact that I got here April 1st. We didn't have any rain right the way through till September. That's unusual. But around now we'll start to lose the showers into June. Then it gets very hot. July and August are usually way up in the 40s. So there you go. And we may even get a weather report at some point in this video. Who knows? It's not allowed to speak on my camera. Contract. So on the way back, we thought we'd stop off for something to eat, because I've had nothing to eat all day. I don't think the rest of the crew have either. See if we can guess where we are. And there's your clue, right over there. Answers in the comments. Right, so I'm just going to come and film a little bit of this pond area with the ducks, just for the people who might know where I am. I'm not going to tell you. The food was okay though, Robert, wasn't it?
It's very good.
Yeah. The fried squid, the Hobbit will tell you, was delicious. As always. So yeah, just to give you another clue, as you can see there's water rushing through there. Apparently, legend has it, it comes in one side of the island, way over there in Augustoli, goes through the caves and comes out here. Through there and out to sea. There you go. So yeah, leave it in the comments section. I can recommend the taverna this year, 2025. As I've said before, I don't do that very often because chefs change. I don't think it will here. You probably know more about that than I do. You alright, sausage? Robert picked your bag up.
I got a bit panicky there. I thought we'd take the water back with us. Thirsty.
I'm on bag security.
Thank you.
Is this the woman who owns it?
Suits you.
Does she own it?
Yeah, I think so. She got a ticket though. Got to get a ticket off her. Right then,
That was good.
back to base camp Rudge then. Do we need anything on the way in?
Milk.
Milk.
Do we need milk?
More milk?
Do we need
Yeah,
milk?
get through milk light's going to have effects.
What's going on here?
Are you videoing still?
Yes.
What for?
Oh, because I thought I would.
Oh,
There's a little
it's a bit of smoke effect.
So, that was this week's video. I'd say that that's probably up on my top 5 favourites. Let me know what you thought of it anyway. Yeah, so while we're wandering around the house, I thought I'd give you a little update on things. You can see the veg plot's doing really well. We'll have a look at that in a minute. So yeah, my neighbour Staffis likes to come round in the morning and usually in the afternoon as well sometimes. And he says the complaints department's open. Come on, knock knock on the door. And he doesn't drink, so I usually make a soft drink for him and we sit down. So I've made this sign because that's where we sit and admire the garden. But on the other side, I thought I have a lot of my friends come out. Now, this is an old bike thing. Back in the day, well, today actually, you'll get, and a few of you will disagree with this, and I own a Japanese bike, as you know, but you usually get in a pub in the UK, Japanese riders in a little group, and they're chatting away, blah blah blah, who's the fastest bike, who's got the smallest chicken strips on the back tyre, who gets the knee down more regular. That's about it. The people who are laughing, joking, shouting, making a noise, Triumph, BSA, Norton, Harley Davidson, all those lot, because they're completely raving mad. You have to be to own one, but I think they're more fun. Leave in the comments what you think. I know that's very controversial. But this is a sign that I wanted to put up if ever I owned a bar or a pub. I'm not likely to now at 66 and retired. I have blanked out some of the lettering. I made this sign especially for when my friends come out and we sit there and chew the fat and drink a few Jack Daniels, which I don't do that often now. As you know, I had a bit of a problem with drinking, but I enjoy that when Robert comes out and people like that, because it's only for a few days. So yeah, I made this sign up. I blanked out some of it for the children and the woke amongst us. As you can see, I've put all the culprits on there. So yeah, that's what I've been doing in my spare time. Childish, I know. Let's go down and have a look at the garden. As you can see, keep the hedge trimmed nicely. This time of year, funnily enough, this needs trimming every couple of weeks. In fact, I only did it a few days ago and already, there you go, see we've got a little straggler. Some of you may remember when I moved in, it was pretty overgrown, and that's why. And I've sort of got this hedge almost flat there. Need to get the electric trimmer on it. I haven't had a chance to do that. Having people coming and going is very nice, but you don't get a lot of things done. Irrigation system's working lovely down here now. Almost got that into a ball. So let's go through and I'll show you the garden. Managed to score some seats for the Hobbit's house, Hobbit Hall. Now, the orange tree, some of you might have some advice on this. This was nearly dead when I moved in. Well, I think it was dead. I hacked a lot of the branches off until I found green wood, and it's grown back over the last nearly 3 years. Unfortunately, this year was the first year it had any signs of oranges on there, and I don't know whether you can see that down there. It started to grow little tiny oranges, which have just fell off. It's not through lack of watering. I water it every night, but I'm a bit disappointed because I thought for once it might have some oranges on it and we'd saved the tree. I mean, I'm quite happy that it's got some green on it because it was dead, and I like to save things. But yeah, anyway, if you've got any advice on orange trees, let me know. So down here, cucumbers have started growing, as you can see there. There you go. No surprise really, I'm king of the cucumbers, aren't I? I won't tell you what Staffis has to say about that. And as I said, I did a little experiment. I grew some tomato plants this side of the garden and some in the shade over there. Well, these were all put in at the same time, all grown the same way. Look at that. The lettuce, well, it's gone completely bonkers. What I've started doing with this is cutting the stems about here and using that, and then you end up with that, which is a bit more manageable. Of course, it starts to go to seed if you leave it, as I've discovered. It's the first time I've ever grown any of that. I've forgotten what it's called, this variety. I don't think I'll use it again. It's a little bit peppery, the Hobbit's not keen. I don't mind it. It's great with a burger or a kebab. Another cucumber there I've just noticed. So yeah, anyway, this year, last year, you know, I didn't do very well with tomatoes. This year the vine tomatoes are growing nicely. These are another variety of lettuce, which I think I should have put in a bit earlier. Got some more tomatoes there. These are just starting to come into flower now. I've been pulling side shoots off them, trying to keep them under control. The broccoli, well, I think again I was late putting that in. Maybe I should try again later in the year. It's growing pretty healthy leaves, but nothing else yet. We have got some peppers growing down there. I don't know whether you can see that there. So I'm going to be all right for bell peppers. They're doing all right. That plant came back from last year. The others all died, so I've got another lettuce there that I just chucked in randomly. So yeah, and I've got some chili peppers growing there from last year's plant. So that's a little update for you on the garden, because quite a few of you have written in and expressed an interest in that. So that's what's happened there. So yeah, that's the garden. Nikki, well, she's in a dreadful state. I've got to get some discs out. I'm hoping the Hobbit can bring them on a next trip. Of course, depends on the weight. I need 2 front discs and a back disc and the pads to fit. I might end up doing that via Nomad International, because of course if you get them posted you end up paying duty and it's more than the item was worth in the first place. She also needs a new chain. I think the sprocket's okay front and back. She does need a lot of work, so this year she'll have to come off the road. Hobbit's got a car. I'll have to borrow the car and pull this down. But it's not like we don't have the equipment, is it? You know, we've got all the tools and gear. Up here, well, apart from the signage, of course, I grew a random radish. I'm a bit disappointed with the radishes. They just went to seed. So I'll put another load in. We'll see what happens with that. I think this chili pepper, I think I should have planted it out in the garden. It's not really doing very much now. I think it's a bit restricted by its pot, so that might happen soon. We've got some peach stones. The peaches started to rot, so I've put them in there, and we'll see if anything happens with it. Over here in the nursery, we've got the leftovers of tomato plants that I didn't use this year and nobody wanted. Got some more spring onions to come. There's a pepper plant there, it's way behind, and another cucumber plant, and that's about it. So there you go, there's another video done. If you haven't already, hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe, because that helps me a lot. And if you visited the Coffee and PayPal page this week, thank you ever so much for that. A lot of you have visited this week. 1 or 2 of you I met in and around the area I live, so massive thanks. You'll never know how much help that is. And to the young lady I saw in Augustoli, who's here on holiday with her husband, who instantly went on the coffee page, I did notice, and brought me and the Hobbit a coffee each. Thank you ever so much, and I hope you really enjoyed your holiday. You were staying in Augustoli. I can't remember where you said you were going on from there. You were going to do a week in Augustoli and go somewhere else after. I can't remember. You know who you are. Thank you ever so much. So that's it for another week. Next week, I have a little surprise. The Hobbit kept something from me. It wasn't bad, and I was extremely surprised. Overwhelmed, actually. It was fantastic. So yeah, we've got that to look forward to next week. So anyway, remember, dreams do come true. True story, and it's always a great day to be alive. And while we're mentioning mental health, I'd rather you rang somebody than find out you're not on the planet the next day. So just remember that. There'll be somebody very disappointed. Nothing's ever that bad. It's a great day to be alive. Catch you guys next week. Thanks for watching.